Hello, one and all, and welcome to the Haunted SF Tour, The City After Dark. Now, this is the creepiest offering from Wild SF Tours. Tonight, we will be exploring some of the more sinister stories from San Francisco's past, with murders, mysterious deaths, ghostly apparitions, and the red light district, with murderers and cult masterminds who once prowled there. Now, don't worry. This is not a jump out and scare you kind of tour. No one is going to walk up to you and grab you or anything like that. And if they do, that is not a part of the tour. Now, my name is Sean, and I will be your guide this evening. So let's get down to business. First, I should tell you that despite the city's charm and glamour, it has a very eerie, troubled past that refuses to remain buried. This city has been baptized in flame. It has seen a plague of rats. It's seen the bones of its buildings splinter under the shaking, quaking earth, and it's seen its beautiful children killed time and time again by epidemics that have taken many forms. The fog here is so densely thick that locals refer to it by name, Carl. That's the name, Carl with a K. Okay. Now, tonight, I will be taking you to a place that you were probably told not to enter after dark, the Tenderloin. Now, this is a place that is teeming with unsolved murders and unresolved spiritual turmoil. Now, don't worry, I plan on keeping you all very safe tonight. I don't need any more stories to add to this tour. Now, we will be talking about ghosts and spirits and the like, and so it is possible to stir up some spiritual energy. So, I want to give you some information on what you could be on the lookout for tonight. Some of our guests in the past have had some pretty interesting experiences. So, there are three types of hauntings that you may encounter. First, we have residual impressions. Now, a residual impression is when an intense experience leaves a mark on a place. Now, you may experience this type of haunting as a hologram that repeats on loop, or a cold spot in the corner of a room, or you might walk past an old building and get a sudden rush of emotion. Okay? It is a feeling that is attached to a place. Now, next, we have the famed poltergeist. Now, these mischievous spirits usually just try to cause trouble, right? They slam doors, they try to make a lot of noise. Sometimes they can be violent, but usually they just want to scare you. And they often succeed. And lastly, we have the after death active consciousness. And this is a ghost in the more traditional sense, right? This is a ghost that still has the identity of when it was alive. It may or may not know that it's crossed over to the other side, but it can interact with the living. I'm pretty sure most of us have seen The Sixth Sense. Yes? Okay, then you probably have a good idea of what I'm talking about. Now, this ghost may appear to you as a misty shadow, or it could look like a regular person that's dressed in vintage garb and looks odd. Although this is San Francisco, so it might not seem that odd. Okay, now, despite whatever your beliefs are on this topic, even the hardened skeptic must admit that the tour that you are about to experience will relive some of the trauma of real people who walked this ground before us. So I want us to take a moment to honor the dead and to collect ourselves before we enter into their lives. I want to enter into their lives and their space with the right spirit, if you will. So I would like to take a moment to speak with any spirits that we might encounter on this tour or that might want to tag along with us during the tour. So I'm going to say just a little spell. So if you could all just close your eyes and gather yourself. To the earth and those who lie beneath. To the paths we are about to walk and those who tread them before us. to the homes we will enter and those it once housed, to the city and its echoes. Know that we come in blessing, and we wish you nothing but peace. Okay, I think that did the trick. Now listen, I'm a performer, and energy really helps me during performances, and I want to ensure that we have a fantastic tour tonight. Okay, so are you ready to enter into the underworld of San Francisco? All right, let's do it.